My friends, today and over the next few weeks, we're going to look at something that many of you have wanted me to look at for a very long time, and it's my personal favorite piece of Christory, and that is the Alec Benson Leary and Chris Chan phone calls. Now, if you're unaware on what these phone calls are, they're a series of calls that took place about over 10 years ago, I'd say, closer to almost 15 now. My God, time flies. But they are a series of calls in which the author of Asperchew, Alec Benson Leary, decides to tell Chris a little bit about the real world, but Chris is not having it, ladies and gentlemen. Unlike the Chris Chan and Casey's father calls, this is filled more with, Alec trying to get Chris to understand legal shit, and trying to understand Sonichu and why Sonichu could be considered, not original, but it's just very telling to the mindset that Chris has, because Alec will throw all these ideas at him, and Chris is just like, he's so confused on everything, and he just wants to say what he wants to say and get the fuck out of there. So, I don't do the best job of summing this up. You just kind of got to hear it for yourself, but I promise you, you're going to be laughing your ass off and scratching your head at some of the shit Chris says here. And I hope y'all enjoy it, my friends. You see, the thing is, though, this is not just one phone call. This is many phone calls, almost 10. And the only place I can find this now, there used to be a playlist on YouTube with every call, every singular call in there. But now it's just lumped into one big 4-hour box set video, which I'll have linked down in the description below if you want to listen to all this fucking bullshit all at once without my commentary. And, yeah, so it's going to be quite a long time. We're only probably going to look at 10-15 minutes of it today, so expect many, many more episodes of this, my friends. So I hope you like it. So I'm going to shut up, and we're going to get right into this call and just, we're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna enjoy it. So spark one up, my friends, and just enjoy it yourselves.
Hi, is this Christian Weston Chandler?
Yes, this is Christian. May I help you?
Hi, Chris. This is Alec Benson Leary. Is it okay if we talk?
Oh yes, sure, yes.
Okay,
So,
good. Well, there's a couple things I wanted to talk to you about tonight. First of all, well, I understand you've got a problem with the ads that are on Wikipedia. Can you tell me a little bit more about? I kind of want to have get a compromise and settle this because I don't want anybody to be angry.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll let you have your ads on the Wikipedia, but don't make them too big, and leave them in the sidebar.
Now, to start off here, Chris is trying to grill Alec and letting him know, this is how it's going to work if you're going to put ads on my website. Now, mind you, the first thing you think about probably when you hear that is, how the fuck is this guy who's paying to put up advertisements deciding where these advertisements go? Isn't there a guy for that? It's exactly what I thought. Maybe you aren't thinking that, but it's what I thought. The first time I heard this was, wait, why is Chris mad at this guy? Like, how the fuck is he going to decide where the advertisements go? But, it's just because around this time, Chris had his website, and the guy who ran the website was a troll himself named Jack Thaddeus, and Jack would let anyone put fucking trollish, put really whatever they wanted, any type of advertisements up. There were gay ads, there were ads with like a trip to Mexico where a pickle was on there, and Chris, Chris didn't like pickles, for some reason, pickles and Mexico go together. Why didn't they pick a jalapeno? I don't know, but the thing is, Alec, just like everybody else Chris associated with around this time, is a troll. You gotta keep that in mind here. Alec may be trying to keep things cordial with Chris, but at the end of the day, he's just here to fuck with him. Alec has played a lot of characters in Chris's whole, universe. He was Lars. I'm pretty sure Alec was also the guy who worked at the game place who called Bob that one time. Alec did a lot of things here, but it's just very funny to see that, yes, now he owns ads on Chris's website, and he's using those ads to promote his original and true creation, Asperchew. And we'll find out soon how Chris feels about that. But, Chris is already just jumping to the gun saying, no, you may pay for this stuff, but I don't like it. It's not how I want it to be. Classic Chris, just selfish attitude. So, yeah.
Okay.
I do not want them covering over the introductory box or anything else where I have to scroll down even to edit the pages or even to log in.
Okay.
I
understand.
Okay, cool.
I understand.
Just keep
yeah.
all your ads on the sidebar.
It is always funny to see how just minor things can completely fuck Chris's whole day up. Like, he doesn't want to have to scroll down even to edit the pages, ladies and gentlemen. You know, he doesn't want to have to scroll down at all. Those few little finger wags on your fucking scrolling wheel, it's too much for Chris, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, my friend Mao, he actually makes the ads for me. I didn't make them myself, but I can try to talk to him about that, about the size. As for like where on the Wikipedia they are, I don't know if Mao controls that or not. I don't think he does. I'm not sure what controls like where the ad space goes, you know, on the website itself. I mean, I'll talk to Mao about it, but I'm not sure if he controls that either.
Yeah.
Like I could talk to him. So, but you might want to talk to your web manager or whatever, because they set up like where the ad space goes, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, I am quite happy Alec brought this up because, like, I forgot that he did, so I'm happy about that. But, you know, the one thing I need to bring up is that you're hearing now for the first time about Mao. And Mao is someone you'll hear about a lot in these calls. He's part of the Asperpedia 4 along with Alec here, and we'll get into that when we need to. But the thing is, there are 4 of them. Alec is one, Mal's another one, and then there's another guy you'll be hearing quite a lot about named Evan. The 4th guy, Sean, I'm not sure you hear too much about him in these calls, but yeah, there's 4 guys. You only really hear about 3, and you'll find out more about them much later on.
And also, just one more concern of mine I've read your pages on the Asperpedia comic, but the recent pages. What do you think? What do you think you're parodying? Happy Tree Friends?
What Happy Tree Friends? What's that?
I love that because it's one of those times where Chris is so fucking sure he's got this guy in like such a burn, and Alex is just like, what? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, Chris is expecting him to be like, oh man, you got me, Chris. Shit. There's egg on my face right now. I don't even know what Happy Tree Friends is either, but I think it is. And I could be right, I could be wrong, but I think it's that weird little like thing where there were like bunnies. Like there were like bunnies that were like kind of drawn. They kind of had like how do you describe it? Like kind of like 1950s cartoon style eyes, if that's the best way to put it. I don't know, like Sailor Mickey, but they were just like these fucking. There were these like little woodland animals, kind of like South Park, that would just get all fucked up and just get murdered and shit in weird ways. I remember these videos very loosely, like from when I was a kid, like maybe around YouTube, around this time this call was created. So I think that's what Chris is going on about. I don't know why I'm going off about this now, but I think that's what he means here.
It's supposed to be like a happy TVY show, but it's actually adult and dark humor because they go into slashing all the cute characters up, and and all the blood and gore and everything. And yet they make them come back to life unharmed the very next episode. Just slice and dice them up again.
Oh, I've never actually heard of that series. Is that is that on Cartoon Network or?
No, you can look it up on Netflix. That's a good place. But anyway, blood and gore. Yeah, that's not a good way to go.
This is the first instance in this call of Chris talking about how he doesn't use blood, he doesn't use gore, and that's the wrong way to go about it. It's just not good. It's just not good. And you know, it's very ironic. If you don't know what happens, you'll know soon, but it's very ironic for Chris to say that, considering what he does in his comics to the Asperpedia 4 very, very soon. Like, very soon, Chris is gonna completely take that role and dump it on its fucking head. But then also Chris brought up there that the show that he was talking about is on Netflix. I'm sorry, is it just me? Like, this is a pretty old call. I'm thinking, like I said, 2009, 2010. Just the fact that Netflix was around even then, like, it just to me seems like something in the last 5 years. But maybe that's just me. Like, I still remember Blockbuster at this time, but I guess not. This was definitely like the time Netflix was really like taking charge. Like, I think there were Netflix boxes at fucking like at grocery stores and shit. Like, you could go out front and get a movie from that Netflix box. I gotta stop. I'm going on a tangent again. But yeah, so Chris is talking about how blood and gore, you know, it's not good, ladies and gentlemen. It's not good at all.
Especially when you kill, even even considerable facsimiles of my own characters in that sense and in that detail.
Well, I got a lot of actually positive response from my fans when I did that, because some of my fans had written to me.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Encourage the fans that were originally my fans to come back to me. I would appreciate that.
Well, I tell my fans about you all the time, Chris, because like I've told you in a lot of the letters I've written to you, you were a big inspiration for me. But I don't really know what to say to my fans as far as that goes. I mean, they love my comic. I get a lot of fan mail about it. I mean,
yeah, okay.
Something that's always overlooked in the beginning there is how Alec brings up, Chris, you're mad about all the blood and gore and everything, which I was directing at, like, your characters, like Sonichu and shit like that. But, my fans absolutely loved that, and they were telling me and writing me fan mail about how much they loved it. And Chris doesn't get that he's talking about how, like, using all the blood and shit and, like, it's chopping up your characters and all. My fans loved that, Chris. Like, what do you mean? And then for some reason, Chris asks him, hey, Alec, I know all my fans, like a lot of them are over with you, so if you can, try to convince them to come back to me now, thanks. Like, he's so unaware of the things he says, but it's Chris, like, he has no social awareness anyway. And you can even see how kind of, like, taken aback Alec is by that, because even being a troll, like, you don't really expect Chris to, like, have these type of weird demands. Like, at first you think he's going to be like, hey, you just stop using my Sonichu. But he's like, well, you actually convince all your fans to come back to me, like, thank you. You could imagine him at, like, because for a while there, Chris really thought he was going to work with, like, Nintendo and shit. Could you imagine him going to, like, a Nintendo meeting and being like, hi, creators of Pokemon, like, I know that one day you're going to get to, like, my Pokedex number, because Chris thinks he has his own Pokedex number, or at least Sonichu has a Pokedex number, and they've now passed that number. But it would be like Chris going to the Pokemon company and being like, yeah, if you could just, like, not do that, because it would be stealing my thunder. So, I mean, it's not the best example, but still, this is something asinine to ask somebody.
Okay, how about this? Just to make it equal, put an advertisement for the Wikipedia on the Astropedia, about as much as the Astropedia ads for my Wikipedia.
We might be able to work something out. You would probably want to contact Mal, because he's my manager. He does all the the grunt work on Astropedia. I'm not even sure like what how selling the ad space works, but I'm sure he'd be willing to sell you some ad space on Astropedia. We could definitely try to work something like that out.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, Mal and I can talk through email.
Yeah. Because you can. I mean, like I said, I don't know the details, but I know ad space is up for purchase. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, then we got settled on at least on your ads on my Wikipedia, and ease up on me, and not so much blood and gore, and try to bring my fans, redirect my fans back to me.
Chris is willing to not get his free ad space if he's going to get everything he just mentioned. He's too timid to press Alec on that when he brings up, why don't you put some ads on here? And Alec tells him, well, yeah, sure, you can buy them that way. And Chris just kind of curls up into a ball and I was like, yeah, well, I guess that's fine then. I'll talk to him. Like, you can tell he's just like, fuck, it didn't work. But then I'll just end it with, yeah, so here are my other demands. And after that, we're all good. We're all good. And now Chris has completely lost interest. Once he lists off his issue of demands and shit, he doesn't want anything else with this guy. He says, yeah, do all this for me and see you later, fucker. But now when Alec tells Chris that we need to talk about what you did, Chris just, you can tell it's like you just fucking hooked him up to the ball and chain and he's just having a miserable time.
I'm trying to think of a good way to say this, but we are in kind of a friendly competition, if you will. I mean, we're both artists, kind of. I mean, it doesn't really make sense for an artist to say to his fans, hey, hey guys, don't follow me anymore. Go back to this other artist. I mean, would you do that for your fans? Would you say, hey fans, go talk to Alec or go watch Alec's cartoon or anyone else's cartoon? Really? I mean, no, you want the fans to follow you, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you and I are on okay, agreeing, mutual, okay, talking tones right now. How about I just remove all the bad talk I have against you, and then start saying that you're okay, your comics are okay, but still saying I would appreciate if you would stay being my fans, but if you want to go look at his work, and that's fine. I can't stop you there.
It takes Chris quite a while to understand what Alec is saying, but unlike most situations, Chris actually seems to understand it. He kind of is sitting there and going yeah, it is kind of a dick move to ask all your fans to go against you and back to me, even though we are kind of in a competition here. The other thing I love that Chris brings up is the same thing he did with Mary Lee Walsh. He's not willing to compromise on anything else, but the one thing he is willing to compromise on and say, all right, I'll do this for you, is I'll stop talking bad about you and stop saying all bullshit about you. With Mary Lee Walsh, Chris said, I'll dock you 2 respect points. You'll go up 2 spots in my level of respect meter or wherever the fuck it was, and to he expects them to be well, shit, that's a really good deal. If we just let him go around and, harass all the women on campus and walk around with his fucking love sign, we'll get a couple more respect points from Chris. And here he's telling Alec, if you do all the things I say, well, maybe I'll stop talking shit on you then. And you're about to find out now what Chris said to Alec for him to go yeah, maybe I'll stop this, because, it wasn't the nicest thing to say. It wasn't the nicest thing to say at all.
But,
Well, actually, I'm glad that you're bringing this up, because, like you say, we're on friendly terms right now, and I'd like to keep it that way, because I got my start because of you. But to be honest, I want to be honest and frank with you. You made a couple of videos, and I don't watch all your videos, but I do try to keep up. I mean, I spend a lot of time drawing the comics, so I don't have a lot of time to watch videos anymore. But I saw a couple of videos where you actually threatened me with physical talk.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
I love that so much. He's caught like a deer in headlights. You can just hear Chris like, wait a minute. You're talking about those threats I made against you? Like, shit, I thought you may have forgotten about them. Like, no, Chris thought the negotiations were over. This guy was just going to do whatever he said, but no. Now it's time to bring up the threats you made on video. And to Chris, once again, it goes back to what if he got a job with Nintendo? Like, this is the same thing that would happen. The Switch would release around the same time the new PS5 and Xbox released, and Chris would just be sitting there in his office sending like the executives at Sony really threatening messages, sending them like faces of like angry people being like, you're cursed, motherfucker. If you think your shit's about to outsell me, oh, you got another thing coming. Like, everything to Chris is like, even if it's like supposed to be a business venture, it's gonna end up in him threatening someone or saying something fucked up one way or the other, because it's Chris and he doesn't understand how the real world works.
And that just makes me feel...
I was more angry back then because it was an immediate response, but things have settled down, and we're talking. Okay,
well,
I can make a new video just saying like, I apologize for those threats, and things are okay here.
Okay, and about you, also the video where you wanted your dog to eat me or something like that. Your dog to eat my soul. I mean, that the death threats were kind of scary to begin with, but that was just a starting.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well.
I'll
take that back as well. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's such a Chris thing to do, is to threaten to have his dog eat your soul. And I know exactly the video they're talking about, because there's a video where, like, when Alec first comes out and they're all talking about Asperchew and how everyone's trolling Chris, saying, man, he has so many fans, it's so much better than that Sonichu shit. Chris is sitting there like, if he doesn't do this, you know, Patty, the ghost of his dead dog Patty, would have his soul for breakfast. I'm 99% sure that's the video they're referring to here, and it's just such a, and that's for Alec to now bring up, you know, you threaten to have your dog eat me. And like Chris is so stunned by this, he's like, oh shit, I forgot I said that. But then he just says, like, you know, yeah, I'm sorry, I'll take that back, I'll make sure that the ghost of my dog doesn't eat you. Sorry, Alec.
And that kind of leads me into another point. You're under the impression that that I was besmirching your dog in my comic, and I'm not really sure what you mean by that.
Well,
could you explain to me?
Okay, well, the villain, the dog in your comic,
that's
it looks similar to my dog, especially around the green neckerchief and other parts that are green on that dog.
Well, I mean, you know, Chris,
and the shape of the dog just looked like my dog.
Well, it's just you know, a lot of dogs look like that, Chris. I mean, a lot of it's just a neckerchief. I mean, you know, it's just a little flare for the dog. That doesn't mean it's your dog. You know.
Yeah.
I think honestly, you kind of make that assumption with a lot of my characters, because it seems like you think that a lot of my characters were, you know, like ripping off your characters, or even you yourself, because you've said that Asperchew was
Buddha belly and the man boobs and the glasses.
Well, I mean, Chris, you know.
Oh, and the sweetheart
Asperchew's
search thing and the future daughter.
Well, I mean, Asperchew's not a parody, Chris. I mean, he's an original creation.
Okay.
Like.
Okay.
You know, old Alec's a great troll, but this is one of the few times you hear Chris be like, yeah, okay, I see you there. Like, even he knows this is kind of bullshit. And the reason he knows it's bullshit is because almost everything in Alec's comic is a complete knockoff of Chris, but everything in Chris's comic is a complete knockoff of real-life Nintendo shit. So that's why Alec goes, well, Chris, you know, it's a parody, it's original, just like what Chris says. And, you know, Chris sees that it's all bullshit and Alec is fucking with him, but he doesn't understand the fact that he's fucking with him because it's the same thing Chris does. Chris just thinks it's another troll doing troll things, not understanding the real comedy behind it. But we'll come to find a lot more of this comedy in the next coming parts, but we're gonna stop it there for today. We're already about 25 minutes in here, and I hope you guys liked the first part, because we got at least about another 20 parts coming. So, you know, many more. Chris is gonna get a lot more angry. You know, there's gonna be a lot more heated conversations here, and I hope you guys enjoyed the first part, because I enjoyed making it, and I'm definitely gonna enjoy watching the rest of this shit. So I want to give shouts out to Worman, Bjornson, Sky, Vanessa, your mom, Krabby, Club Doom, Liz Vendor, Akiba's Beat Fan, Fiendland's Party Place, Kaitan, Mick Surly, the Night Owl, Churlish, Isaiah, Cody Hale, the Ghostbusters fan, Scaly Schisms, Echo Spectre, and Music Biz Marty's Bonk. Okay, I want to thank all y'all for showing love to the channel, and I want to thank all you goats who've made it this far. You know, it's always fun to make these fucking videos, but it's even funner knowing that that ain't a word. But it is always fun knowing that y'all motherfuckers have fun watching these. So I'll be sure to keep it up if y'all are still having fun. I guess that's a lot of uses of that F word within like 5 or 6 minutes there, or seconds, minutes. Goddamn, I gotta stop smoking. But, you know, I got many more of these coming. We're going to have a video later this week probably talking about what's been going on with Chris, because there's really been nothing going on. But yeah, I just want to update y'all, because I don't think I have on this channel about the nothingness that's going on. And something that Kengal did. Kengal, remember we were all talking about how, you know, Kengal and them were going to steal Sonichu from Chris. You know, we got to put the brakes on that, because they may be pussying out, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I do have another smoke show coming up this week, maybe even tomorrow. I don't know yet. But but we're definitely going to have more of these out probably real soon, my friends. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And what's today? We got today on Tuesday, so we only got a few more days till the weekend, my friends. And once it's going to be here, you're going to be able to have a nice chill time, and I'll be sure to have some videos for y'all. You know, it's going to be a good weekend, my friends. That's all I can say. And yeah, I hope you all stay safe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.